Gusto sana mga kababayan na isabotahe ng mga Duterte, ng mga nausog, yung third zona ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos sa pamamagitan ng kanilang mga pasabog at sinabayan ng pag-release ng so-called video nila. But they failed miserably, mga kababayan. Pati si Inday, nag-release mga kababayan ng statement na una sabi magmamonitor siya. Tapos, later, kasabay ng zona ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, nagsabi si Inday, hindi na niya ako manonood at pumunta ng Romblon na kilamay. Tingin natin, ang lahat ng to na mga statements nila, yung intention mga kababayan is to sabotage the third zona ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos para yung attention sa kanila. Walang nangyari ba? They failed miserably, mga kababayan, sa kanilang intensyon na isabotay yung third zona ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Standing ovation po. Matindi yung palakpakan sa ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Napatayo, maging yung mga dilawan. Pati si Risa Ontiveros po, nang i-announce ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos na effective today niya, all Pogos are banned. Standing ovation po. Una, tumayo yung mga congressmen at senators at lahat ng mga nandun sa plenary hall ng Congress, yung statement ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos na niya yung West Philippine Sea, atin ito, hindi natin na niya ito inimbento, kundi talagang atin ito. Standing ovation po yung mga tao. Palakpakan po, masigabong palakpakan. Tapos yung pangalawa yung pugo. Ayan po, mga kababayan, PBBM gets to standing ovation, 125 rounds of applause in third zona. Diba, mga kababayan? President Marcos received to standing ovation in 125 rounds of applause during his third State of the Nation address or SONA at the Batasan Pambansa Complex on Monday, where he declared the country's rights in the contested West Philippine Sea and banned the operations of Philippine offshore gaming operators or POGOs. Pati si Risa Ontiveros po at lahat ng mga dilawan napatayo. Ang akala nga po sa interview ni Risa Ontiveros, ang akala daw niya, walang statement yung ating Pangulo sa Pugo. Never po itong si Risa Ontiveros pumapalakpak, never na tumatayo sa mga naunang suna ng ating Pangulo kasi nga po anti-Marcos siya, allergic sa Marcos. Pero sa third zona, mga kababayan, napatayo si Risa Ontiveros. But before ko mga kababayan ibigay sa inyo yung full story ng mga balitang yan, click subscribe muna dito sa ating YouTube channel and hit the notification bell para lagi po kayong updated sa mga kaganapan dito sa ating bansa. Like and share na rin po ninyo ng ating video at huwag na rin po ninyo na skip yung ating mga commercial ads para tuloy-tuloy lang ang pag-unlad ng bagong Pilipinas. Sa mga naghahanap ng malinis and spacious fitness gym, pumunta lang po kayo sa aming Colossal Fitness Gym. We also offer Grab Car Rental with our brand new 2023 model ng Toyota Innova. We also accept booking for those who are planning to travel via PAL, Cebu Pacific and other airline companies, local and international, and bills payment for Meralco bills, PLDT, etc. Ang Colossal Fitness Gym is located at 3rd floor, Security Bank Building, Landco Business Park, Legazpi City, Albay. For inquiries, look for Chilon Maravillas. Contact number 0966-802-0949. Yan po yung aming Innova. Lagi na pong matao sa amin. Yan po ang mga bago naming clients. Pati mga foreigners po, mga British tourists po sila. Ito naman po, Indian. Na-set up na rin po yung aming mga brand new gym equipment. May treadmill na rin po kami. Ito naman po yung bago naming product na binibenta online. iGlow Serum. Made in South Korea po siya. Di man po siya, eye whitening po siya.
tingnan ninyo yung epekto sa aking anak na architect entrepreneur, Riz Maravillas. Sa mga inquiries ninyo, dumiretso na lang po kayo sa kanyang messenger sa FB. Ito naman po, Firmax Firming and Lifting Cream, pinapahid po sa mga pulses in affected area. Mainam po sa paninigas ng mga kasukasuan, pati sa mga pains. Ito po, Automax Radiant Serum. Sa mukha naman yung application. Anti-aging po siya. You will look 10 years younger than your age. Sa mga cancer patients naman po, baka lang gusto ninyo itong itry. Ningxia Red Mix Fruit Drink. Hindi man po siya gamot, food supplement siya. Kaya lang, gawa siya mga kababayan sa considery. Yung considery may anti-cancer properties. Yung mga inquiries ninyo, dumiretso na lang kayo sa aming messenger sa Facebook para masagot namin agad. Pasensya na kayo maugong. Bumabagsak kasi po yung ulan sa aming bubong. Typhoon signal number 1 kasi ngayon dito sa may bandang Catanduanes. So balikan natin yung ating kwento. So sabi natin kanina, yung mga nausog, yung mga Duterte, lalo na po si Day at si Maudigs, they failed to sabotage the third zona ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Yun ang intensyon nila. Kaya sinabayan po ng kung ano-anong paninira yung matagal na nilang sinasabing pulburon video, yun na sinasabi nilang papasabugin nila. Imbes na bomba po, plapla lang kung sa fireworks. Hindi nga kwitis po, plapla. Reventador na maliit. Yun daw ang kanilang pasabog. Sino man maniwala po dito, ang layo-layo sa itsura ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Sabi ni Melchor Vergara, no mainstream media network will even pay attention to this very obvious fakery. Debunk na agad. Hindi man po pinansin ng mainstream media. May nagtanong-tanong din, pa isa-isa. Kasi pag pinatulan po ng mainstream, yung sinasabing video, pagtatawanan sila, ang layo-layo po. Mga kababayan, milya-milya ang layo sa itsura. Sa tainga pa lang, sabi nga ni DILG Secretary Benor Abalos, kaya pag-aabulin sila ngayon ng DND, saka ng DILG, yung DILG mga kababayan, bumuo na po ng Special Task Force para habulin po itong mga nagpapakalat po ng fake news, fake videos, at yung DND ng destabilization po. Pero just the same, yung zona ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, hindi po naapektuhan ng mga sinasabi nilang pasabog na naging plapla lang. Standing ovation po. Pagpasok pa lang ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, mga kababayan, sa plenary hall ng Congress, palakpakan kaagad yung mga congressmen, senator, at mga tao doon, mga guests. Yan po mga kababayan, palakpakan agad po. Di ba? Ayan, si dating Pangulong Erap.
Thank you. Allow me to greet the former presidents who are with us here today. President Joseph Ejercito Estrada and President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo.
Di ba, mga kababayan? Ngayon, ibigay ko sa inyo yung highlights. Ito, mga kababayan, yung zona highlights ng ating Pangulong Bongbong. Government unrelenting to ensure food security. Pagbawal na po sa Pogo, lahat ng Pogo. Free Wi-Fi program benefits, 10 million unique user devices. PBBM highlights Philippine Anti-Corruption Program at par with global practices during SUNA. Philippine in the midst of railway renaissance, sabi po ng Pangulo. PBBM reports 3 trillion green lane certified. New investment projects across multiple sectors. PBBM says WPS not a myth. Vows to continue asserts Philippine rights interest. Ito po yung nag-standing ovation po. Unang tumayo at nagbigay ng masigabong palakpakan yung audience niya. Then yung last, mga kababayan, last part na, yung pagbawal niya sa lahat ng pugo dito sa ating bansa. PBBM vows improve healthcare services for cancer patients. PBBM touts 12,000 kilometer roads over
1,200 bridges across the country. Tingnan ninyo, ang dami niyang nagawa sa 2 years niyang pamamahala, mga kababayan. Landmarks investments sa Barn, sa Mindanao po. Irrigation, farm-to-market roads projects na makakatulong sa Philippine agri-sector. Sabi diyan, PBBM asserts diplomatic means in settling disputes, vows intergenerational mandate on the West Philippine Sea.
Basagan niya, Mr. Maravillas, yung pinapakalat ng mga taga-nausog na gusto nating makipaghira. Basag na basag po. Lahat po, sabi ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, dadaanin sa diplomatikong pamamaraan. Wala pong katotohanan ang mga sinasabi ng mga nausog na kinakaladkad ng ating Pangulo ang ating bansa sa gira. Kaya po, masamang-masama yung loob nila kasi pumalya sila na isabotahe yung suna ng ating Pangulong Bongbong. Pilit nilang sinasabotahe kahapon. Wala Walang maniwala sa inyo Binigyan ng ating Pangulo ng malaking honor yung ating mga OFW sa third zona. Nandiyan ang kanyang supports, health enhancing sports programs to address mental illness. Pinopost niya yung wage increase, benefits for private workers. Kaya po, kahit yung mga rallies ng mga militants po, wala Hindi pinansin ng publiko. Ayan po, kasi yung mga sinasabi nila, yung mga demands nila po, ina-address ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Ayan po yung protest rallies along Commonwealth Avenue sa Quezon City. Sabi ng mga ating mga kapulisan, naging tahimik na rin po. Peaceful yung rally. So inayaan lang ng ating mga kapulisan na paabot po yung kanilang mga saloobin. Parte ng demokrasya Di ba? Kaya yung sinasabi po ni Maudigs na sinisikil yung freedom of expression, freedom of the press, wala pong katotohanan. Sila nga po, buwelo sila sa paninira sa ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Tama po mga kababayan? Wala mang maniwala sa kanila ngayon. Nasa minority na sila mga kababayan. Tapos, in-highlights pa ng ating Pangulo yung bloodless anti-illegal drugs strategy that nets biggest drug haul in Philippine history. So pwede pala mga kababayan na walang ejiki-ejiki, tukang-tukang. Pwede palang labanan yung paglaganap ng droga sa ating bansa. Tama pa? Malayo sa strategy ng previous administration po. Kaya sabi ng ating Pangulo, extermination niya was never part of drug war strategy. Then 420,000 families graduated from 4Ps. Ibig sabihin, gumaan na yung kanila pong pamumuhay, kaya nag-graduate na po. Hindi na nila kailangan yung support ng ating gobyerno. Pero makikita ninyo, yung pag-ikot ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, walang tigil po siya sa pamimigay ng ayuda sa ating mga mahihirap na pamilya. The fishermen, the farmers, and poor families. So, government working to protect communities from La Nina. Government offer advantage learning systems technologies. PBBM salutes Coast Guard, Armed Forces, and fisher folk for fortitude and sacrifices sa West Philippine Sea. Tapos yung Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, Los Biminda Power Grid successfully connected. Then almost 2.5 million Filipinos lifted from poverty, sabi ng ating Pangulo. Yung mga sinasabing mas dumami yung nagugutom. Sabi sa survey, perception man lang po nila. Pero sa data po ng ating gobyerno, nabawasan na po yung mga mahihirap. Malamang yung natanong po, mga minions lang ni Maudigs, mga DDA siguro po. Pero yung data galing sa gobyerno nagsasabi, nabawasan na po yung mga mahihirap. PBBM challenges Angara, si bagong DepEd Secretary Angara, to ensure learning recovery amid education crisis. PBBM vows mobile clinic for every province. Yung nakita natin nung pumunta tayo mga kababayan sa Palasyo Malacanang, na-invite sa concert sa Palasyo. Ayun, makita ninyo yung mga mobile clinic, mga minibus. Ang objective ng ating Pangulo, bawat province po ay mabigyan ng mobile clinic
Investment pledges to create over 200,000 jobs. Consultation mechanism between national government tapos yung BARN assured by our President. PBBM vows to elevate, expand one town, one product para ma-promote po yung ating Philippine tourism. PBBM wants IT developments to be at par with the Philippines' economic aspirations. Government to continue anti-poverty initiatives, stabilize rice prices, sabi po ng ating Pangulo. PPP significant approach to Philippine infra development. Philippine harvested 20 million tons of palay in 2023, sabi ng ating Pangulo. PBBM to Congress, let's revisit anya IPIRA. So sabi ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, last year anya 2023, nakapag-produce tayo ng 20 million tons ng palay. Pinakang malaki po ito as compared sa mga nakaraang administrasyon. Since 1987 yata, kung hindi nagkakamali yung aking pagkadinig, mga kababayan sa ating Pangulo. In other words, effective yung ating programa sa agrikultura na ini-implement po ng ating Pangulong Bongbong. Kailang siyempre, yung ating populasyon, patuloy pong tumataas yung ating populasyon, yung kumukonsumo ng pagkain. So, importante po na we produce more. At ito yung tinututukan, agrikultura ng ating Pangulong Bongbong. Tama pa? O ngayon, pakinggan natin yung porsyon ng sona ng ating Pangulong Bongbong.
Mahigit 420,000 pamilya ang nag-graduate sa programa. Ibig sabihin, sa tulong ng 4Ps, mas gumanda na ang kanilang kalagayan at kakayahang makipagsapalaran sa laban ng buhay. Sa katunayan, mahigit 4,000 graduate ng 4Ps ay nasa hanay na ngayon ng mga lisensyadong guro. At hindi lamang yun, 35 sa mga top-notcher ng sari-saring mga board exam na idinaos nitong nakalipas na 2 taon ay nagmula sa mga pamilya na benepisyaryo ng 4Ps. Ilan sa kanila ay si Teacher Kane Jevy Cervantes ng Davao Oriental na nakakuha ng number 1 sa licensure examination for professional teachers. Isa rin si Engineer Alexis Aligado na nanguna sa Civil Engineering Board exam noong Abril ng nakalipas na taon.
Ayos na ayos po, mga kababayan.
The birth of Apolinario Mabini, we cap off the National Disability Rights Week. Our PWDs can rest assured of government's effective implementation of beneficial policies and programs that will guarantee equitable opportunities, special interventions, and incentives for them. Mula nang pumasok ang administrasyong ito, nagsimula na ang mga programang pangkabuhayan na nakalaan para sa ating mga PWD. Sa susunod na taon, ilulunsad naman ng PhilHealth ang benepisyo nito para sa mga batang may kapansanan. Halos dinoble na rin ang diskwento na ibinibigay sa mga PWD at sa mga senior citizen na tulad ninyo para sa mga basic necessities at prime commodities.
O, di ba? Natuwa sila.
Sa lahat ng mga ginagawa natin ito, katuwang natin palagi ang pribadong sektor, lalo na sa mahalagang bagay ng trabaho at pasahod. With tripartite consensus, minimum wage levels have been increased in various sectors in all regions, including the BARM, for workers and private establishments. Makakapagdulot ito ng ginhawa sa mahigit 4 na milyong mga kababayan na natin at ng kanilang mga pamilya. Para naman sa ating mga kawani ng gobyerno, mayroon silang maaasahang medical allowance bilang karagdagang benepisyo sa susunod na taon.
Ayos na ayos po.
Yung napipintong aumento sa sweldo na makukuha nila sa 4 na tranche. Naglaan na po tayo ng pondo para dito simula sa taong ito at sa mga susunod na taon. Furthermore,
may increase sa sweldo po.
Furthermore, we have extended the services of our job order and contract of service personnel working in government. This will also afford them ample opportunity to work on their civil service eligibilities while gaining additional relevant experience and training to upgrade their employment qualifications. Our aggressive infrastructure development, business-friendly policies, investment and export promotions, foreign visits, and economic missions are all aimed at generating not just jobs, but quality and competitive jobs. A number of investment pledges have already commenced, with many more at various stages of development. Sa bilang natin, bukod sa malalaking kita para sa bansa, makakalikha ang mga ito ng mahigit 200 at 2,000 trabaho para sa ating mga kababayan.
O, di ba? Rally kayo ng rally. Ina-address na po yung problema ninyo, mga workers.
Of investments amounting to more than 1 trillion pesos and more than 100,000 new jobs. This promising state of affairs is now beckoning us to create more through the passage of the Create More Act.
Malayo po si Maudix, kaya insecure yung mga nausok.
Delivering government services through our digitalization, integration, and streamlining of processes have produced their multiplier effects.
Kaya ayaw po makinig ni Inday kasi nanliliit sila. Wala man silang nagawag maayos.
Fragmented, overlapping, and time-consuming procedures that have hindered optimal productivity by government. Attributable to these transformative reforms, government services are becoming more efficient. More and more systems are now digital and cashless, assimilating individuals, MSMEs, even agricultural workers. These have expedited transactions and commercial exchanges and promoted the convenience of all parties concerned. Ang Paling QR ay isa sa mga programang unti-unting lumalakas. Ang hatak sa publiko at dumarami ang gumagamit. Bolstering our Cybercrime Prevention Act, the recently passed Anti-Financial Account Scamming Act will further protect the public by heightening the responsibility and security systems of banks and financial institutions and imposing high criminal liabilities on social engineering schemes and money mules. Job placement also has seen significant progress, especially through our Public Employment Service Offices, or PESOs, nationwide. PESOs have harnessed IT capabilities and improved labor industry coordination. Collectively, they boast a job placement success rate of 98%.
Galing.
Likewise, due to shortness, we have recorded a significant increase in new business and corporate registrations, including foreign firms, which surpassed last year's numbers. The observed choke points in our food supply chains and in the logistics sectors are now being removed. And at the same time, the identified gaps are being filled in to make them efficient, interconnected, and seamless, saving precious time and cost. The approval of energy projects is moving towards complete virtual integration of its required procedures. The expedited processing of our infrastructure flagship projects under the Build Better More program shall also follow suit. Our digital infrastructure was substantially strengthened courtesy of common towers that more than tripled in number since last year, owing to streamlining of permitting requirements. Air transport and tourism have been made more convenient because of the shift to paperless immigration and customs forms, thanks to the e-travel system. And soon, the piloted e-gates will be standard fixtures at airports to further facilitate ease of mobility during departures and arrivals. And with all this said, the implementation of the Philippine e-visa will be next in our digital transformation agenda.
O, di ba? Napakaganda.
Let us now go to tourism. Because we in the Philippines have no less than 7,641 beautiful reasons to tap the potential of our tourism sector, for which our archipelagic nation is internationally renowned and from which many Filipinos derive their livelihood. While a resurgence in this all-important sector is being observed, pre-pandemic data present to us a great challenge that we must surpass. It is a challenge that is well within our grasp. Our infrastructure and digital reforms, the development of tourism sites, and the enhancement of the overall tourist experience are all calculated to boost the productivity of the tourism sector. While doing so, we shall interpose the wholesome and hospitable Filipino brand in all the key tourism touchpoints, from tourist arrival all the way to departure. But the tourism challenge has already evolved and now requires a multifaceted strategy. The focus now is on experiential tourism. Food, culture, heritage, the arts, education, halal, Islamic traditions, dive, cruise, farm and ecotourism, even sports, have now become potent subjects and products of a nation's tourism. This is an imperative, and that we must elevate and expand our understanding of the one town, one product, or OTOP concept. It must not inhibit, but rather it must inspire. We must not rest content to have just one. Rather, we must seek the optimal number of high-quality products and services which at the same time showcase our community's distinctive history, traditions, and talents. Filipino creativity and ingenuity will enliven and unlock the as-yet untapped potential of these new facets of Philippine tourism. Sa ating mga OFW, ayon sa datos ng Bangko Sentral, mahigit 37 bilyong dolyar ang naipasok sa bansa ng ating mga OFW noong nakalipas na taon. Sadyang napakalaking tulong nito sa ating bumabangon na ekonomiya. Kaya hindi lamang pasasalamat, kundi parangal ang ating ipinapaabot sa lahat ng ating mga OFW.
Kaya kayo mga OFW, huwag kayong nakikinig doon sa OFW Sige Panira po na vlogger sa Amerika na nagpapakalat ng fake video.
Through vital partnerships with
mahal na mahal kayo ng ating Pangulo,
resulting not only in investments here and our strengthened national security, but also in quality jobs for our nationals seeking foreign employment. Through intense Philippine lobbying, the United Nations has adopted the resolution on promoting and protecting the enjoyment of human rights of seafarers. This will ensure their safe and decent living and working conditions at sea, a human rights imperative.
Pag naniwala po kayo sa mga nausog, masisira lang ang buhay ninyo.
Hindi ito natatapos sa kanilang paglisan sa bansa. Karagdagang mga espesyal na pasilidad at serbisyo ang ating binuksan para sa kanila, tulad ng OFW Lounge sa NAIA at Seafarers Hub sa Maynila. Ang mga OFW natin na naapektuhan ng sari-saring mga kaguluhan tulad sa Israel, sa Gaza, sa Sudan, Lebanon at Yemen, ay natulungan natin at naiuwi ng ligtas sa bansa.
Grabe ang pag-asikaso po ng ating Pangulo.
Gayon din ang naging pagtulong natin sa mga kababayan nating nasalanta ng kalamidad at krisis tulad sa Taiwan at sa New Zealand. Hanggang sa kanilang pag-uwi, buong puso ang ating pagtanggap at paglingap. Ang nagbabalik-bayang mga OFW kasama ng kanilang pamilya ay sinusuportahan nating mabuti upang maging maayos ang kanilang bagong simula dito sa bansa para makakuha ng magandang trabaho o di kaya'y makapagtayo ng negosyo. Kaugnay sa aking naiulat noong isang taon, sinimulan na ng Saudi Arabia ang pamimigay ng tseke sa ating mga trabahanteng nawalan ng trabaho doon.
BBM lang ang sakalam.
Ang ating mga OFW ay nababayaran na. For this, we convey gratitude
Never na nagawa
to the
yan ng
Crown Prince
previous
of Saudi
administration
Arabia
po.
and of Saudi Arabia.
Barkada kasi po yung king ng ating Pangulo.
From history and current events teach us that peace and order is an essential ingredient of genuine prosperity and social development. This is the path that we choose to take. Despite difficulties, despite our diversity and differences as a people, we are joined together by a unique history and have constantly invested our energies and resources in strengthening the pillars of peace. Our police, military, and Coast Guard undergo continuous capacity building and asset upgrading so that they are better able to preserve the peace and defend our territory. We have noted an overall decrease in crime rate and an improvement in crime solution efficiency. But this is not enough. This is not enough. Our law enforcement need to continue to earn the trust of our people. The strong pillars of our criminal justice system, especially in light of the new rules on criminal investigation and our independent judiciary, function in unison. In tandem with the justice system, COA's audit mechanism works in harmony with our transparency, streamlining, and open government initiatives. All in all, these successfully foster a culture of accountability that curbs corruption in government. With the newly enacted Republic Act number 12009 that I signed just last Saturday, government procurement will be modern and innovative, more streamlined and efficient, and truly at par with global best practices. We sincerely thank Congress for its timely and decisive action in amending the 20-year-old law. We have come a long way in our quest for a lasting and inclusive peace. No guerrilla fronts remain active across our country today. Only 7 weakened groups remain to be dismantled, and they are the subject of focused operations. But along with the assertion of government might, we also offer peace, community development, and reintegration programs for those who have returned to the fold of the law. Through a comprehensive and transformative approach, we have rebuilt not only lives, but also conflict-affected communities. The implementation of peace agreements is now in its concluding phase. Former combatants now live peaceful and productive lives in their respective communities. Some of our former rebels are now absorbed into the AFP, serving in the defense of the Republic, while others are now part of the PNP BARM. Government will honor and fully comply with its remaining deliverables and commitments under these agreements. In November last year, we signed proclamations granting amnesty to former rebels. A month later, and then in June of this year, the House of Representatives and the Senate issued their respective resolutions concurring with these amnesty proclamations. That Congress is one with us is a testament to the whole nation's sincere desire for peace. In such a short period, the BARM has established a strong foundation for its progressive autonomous social development. Investments continue to pour into the BARM. Last year, investments in the region increased by 140% year on year. Peace and order situation, good governance, not to mention hopes and confidence amongst its people, all contribute to the reasons why BARM's poverty index has significantly decreased since 2018. In Marawi,
kita ninyo yung mga rebuilding Muslim.
In Marawi, the rehabilitation and rebuilding continue under the supervision now of the Office of the President.
Kasama na ng gobyerno yung mga rebuilding po.
Energy,
pati mga dilawan po nakipalakpak na.
As of today, all 7 governmental mechanisms of the BARM, as mandated under the organic law, have been organized and activated. These will guarantee effective and constant consultation between the Bangsamoro and national government in the fundamental aspects
na perwisyo sa gobyerno, yung nausog.
Out of the 7 essential laws for the BARM already been enacted by the BTA Parliament. Now it has its own administrative code. It has its own local government code, its own election code, and those for education and the civil service as well. So with these inspiring developments, the BARM appears primed and ready for its regular elections, the first ones that they will have in the coming year.
Kita ninyo, mga dating rebelde sumuko na, nakisali na sa gobyerno.
On the fight,
Yung dating nasa gobyerno, si Maudig, yun naman yung mimirwisyo.
Adheres and will continue to adhere to the established 8
Sa droga naman
of an effective anti-illegal drug strategy. Extermination was never one of them.
Palakpakan po.
Walang EJK. Kita ninyo?
And yet, in more than 71,500 operations, it has resulted in the seizure of more than 44 billion pesos worth of illegal drugs and the arrest of more than 97,000 drug personalities. More than 6,000 of those arrested were high-value targets. 440 of them were government employees, of whom 42 were uniformed personnel. 77 were elected officials.
Kita mo, may mga elected officials pala po.
So to further paralyze their operations, dirty money and assets worth more than 500 million pesos and preserved.
Hindi yan nagawa po.
With strong
Bloodless.
case build-up and efficient prosecution,
Hindi nagawa yan ni
the drug
Maudig.
conviction rate at a high of 79%.
79% po.
Together with this, we welcome the report that the number of drug-affected barangays in our country has been reduced by 32%.
Hindi po totoo na bumalik na yung illegal drugs sa mga kalye.
In our international relations, we have faced
Basag yung
challenges
propaganda
to
po
our
ng mga
territorial
nausog.
sovereignty. Assert our rights and interests in the same fair and pacific way that we have always done. Proper diplomatic channels and mechanisms under the rules-based international order remain the only
WPS na po ito.
acceptable means of settling disputes. Peace and community building will always be our clarion call, especially when the country serves as chair and the host of ASEAN Summit in 2026. We continuously try to find ways to de-escalate tension in contested areas with our counterparts.
Hindi po
without
tayo
compromising
magkikipagira.
our positions. I know that our neighbors too are doing their best to make this work. The Philippines cannot yield. The Philippines cannot waver.
Pero hindi po tayo susuko, di natin isusuko yung ating rights sa West Philippine Sea.
We are now more conscious as a people and strategic in heightening our aerial and maritime domain awareness. We are continuing to strengthen our defensive posture, both through developing self-reliance and through partnerships with like-minded states. Ang West Philippine Sea ay hindi katang-isip natin lamang.
Yes,
Ito ay atin.
Ito ay atin. Standing ovation na po. Tayo sila na. O, kita ninyo. Palakpakan. Hindi katang-isip, ito'y atin. O, di ba? Yan ang first standing ovation po sa issue ng West Philippine Sea. Sigawan yung mga tao.
At ito ay mananatiling atin hanggat nag-aalab ang diwa ng ating minamahal na bansang Pilipinas.
Yes! Palakpakan!
Pagtitibayin at palalaguin natin ang kamalayan at kaalaman ng buong bansa at titiyakin na maipapasa natin ito sa kabataan at ating susunod na mga salinlahi. Laws on our maritime zones and archipelagic sea lanes make sure that this intergenerational mandate, this duty, will firmly take root in the hearts and minds of all our people. Sa buong sandatang lakas, sa Coast Guard, sa ating mga mangingisda sa West Philippine Sea. Tagapin po ninyo ang taus-pusong pasasalamat ng buong bansa dahil sa inyong ginagawang pagmamatyag at sakripisyo.
Hindi po natin hayaan maging province ng China. O, di ba? Galing ng ating Pangulo. Tayuan sila po. Halos mangiyak-iyak nito mga kababayan yung mga nausog.
Let us now turn to our economic status and our prospects. In spite of headwinds that we have faced, we have stayed the course. The country exhibits healthy signs of post-pandemic resilience comparable to strong economies in our region. Our poverty rate has significantly dropped to 15.5%, down from 18% in 2021.
Nabawasan na po yung mahirap.
Figure lower than the pre-pandemic level of 16.7%
Fake news po yung mga nausog.
2018.
Yan po ang data.
Ay halos 2.5 milyong Pilipino ang naiangat natin
Kita
mula
ninyo?
sa kahirapan.
Anong sinasabi ninyo na
Kasabay
lalong
nito,
naghirap yung ating bansa?
Nabawas pa 1,700,000 ang bilang ng mga Pilipinong walang sapat na pambili ng pagkain. Patuloy natin pagsisikapan na marami pa tayong may aahon mula sa kahirapan.
You see?
To sustain the country's economic gains, we are promoting investment-led growth. We have set in motion policies and programs to create an environment conducive for business to thrive, like reforms in the capital market, implementation
Mali
of
po yung
green
perception
As a
na
result,
based sa survey
we have
ng
Green Lane
bad,
certified around
bad
100
weather
projects
station,
with a total investment
bad social
of about
weather
3
station na
trillion
dumami
pesos
yung nagugutom.
across the sectors of energy, digital infrastructure, food security, and manufacturing.
Perception lang po yon. At yung sinurvey nila, 1,200 lang.
Tax and non-tax
Fake
revenue
news.
collection has also more efficient in pace with our rejuvenated economy. Notably, for the past 2 years, our GOCCs have remitted dividends to the national government with a combined tally exceeding their contributions in 2022. To build on these, and guided by strong fiscal discipline, our proposed government budget for this year was crafted with utmost care, diligence, and meticulous attention. We look to the cooperation of our colleagues in the legislature, not only that our proposed national budget be approved in your usual timely manner, but it be adhered to as closely as possible. We expect all agencies to ensure
sa galing po ng ating Pangulo mag-speech pa, malayo na
impactful programs.
Di ba?
Sa lahat ng ginagawa natin ito at mga gagawin pa, mataas ang aking kumpiyansa na malalampasan din natin ang hamon ng ating pinagdadaanan. Dahil ito ang pangunahing hinain ng taong bayan. Hindi tayo titigil sa paglalaban sa kahirapan at sa paghahanap ng lunas upang maibalik sa normal ang presyo ng bilihin.
Yan.
Ang bigas. At ngayon po, naririnig po namin ang malakas na sigaw ng taong bayan laban sa mga pogo.
Yes, ito na po.
Disguising as legitimate entities, their operations have ventured into illicit areas furthest from gaming, such as financial scamming, money laundering, prostitution, human trafficking, kidnapping, brutal torture, even murder. The grave abuse and disrespect to our system of laws must stop. Kailangan nang itigil ang panggulo nito sa ating lipunan at paglalakastangan sa ating bansa.
Yes! Yan na po, mga kababayan. Masigabong palakpakan. Di ba? Mga kababayan, pati yung mga dilawan napatayo. Pati si Risa Ontiveros po.
Effective today, all pogos are banned.
Kita ninyo? Banned na yung pogo ng mga nausog. Tapos yung source nila ng pondo sa mga rally.
BBM! BBM! BBM!
I hereby instruct PAGCOR to wind down and cease the operations of POGOs by the end of the year.
Ayos!
The DOLE, in coordination with our economic managers, shall use the time between now and then to find new jobs for our countrymen who will be displaced.
Tuwang-tuwa yung lahat po. Mga kababayan.
This will solve many of the problems that we are encountering. It will solve many of the problems that we have been encountering, but it will not solve all of them. To solve all the problems that we have been suffering under, all officials, law enforcers, workers in government, and most of all, the citizenry, must always be vigilant, principled, and think of the health of the nation. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me end by recalling the words of a great man. Let not anyone pacify his conscience by the delusion that he can do no harm if he takes no part and forms no opinion. Bad men need nothing more to compass their ends than that good men should look on and do nothing. He is not a good man.
Dapat po mag-participate ang bawat isa sa atin. Yan ang ibig sabihin ng ating Pangulo.
He is not a good man who without a protest allows wrong to be committed in his name. Mga minamahal kong kababayan, lagi po nating labanan ang mali at ang masama.
Yes.
Lagi po nating ipaglaban ang tama at ang mabuti.
Labanan natin ang nausog. Mga masasama.
Lagi po nating mahalin ang Pilipinas. Lagi po nating mahalin ang Pilipino. Mabuhay po kayo at mabuhay ang bagong Pilipino. Maraming salamat po.
Di ba? BBM! BBM! So, madaling sabi mga kababayan, sabi ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, dapat all of us mag-participate tayo, maging vigilant tayo, makialam tayo po for evil triumphs because good men do nothing. Di ba? Kaya yung mga gumagawa po ng masama, lalo ito pong mga perwisyong nausog, lagi po nating susuplakin, babasagin natin yung kanilang mga kasinungalingan for evil triumphs because good men do nothing. Ito yung reaction mga kababayan ni Risa Ontiveros na napa-standing ovation na rin po sa interview ng ANC sa pag-ban ng Pogo, lahat ng Pogo sa ating bansa. Talagang tuwang-tuwa siya mga kababayan. Pakinggan natin yung audio lang.
I was very relieved and of course very glad kasi there was akala ko patapos na si Presidente sa zona nila and incredulous ako na hindi niya babanggitin ng Pogo lang sa huli pala.
Diba?
Niya yung banning ng Pogos effective today, winding down ng Pogo operations hanggang katapusan ng taon at paghahanap ng alternatibong hanap buhay, disenteng trabaho
Tuwang-tuwa po.
Some tens of thousands sa mga kababayan natin na nagtatrabaho pa sa Pogo. So
hindi siya agad-agad po. Although effective kahapon yung pagpapatigil, kailangan na bigyan pa rin po ng pagkakataon na makahanap ng malilipatang trabaho, matulungan po. Hindi pwedeng biglaan kasi maraming madidisplace na mga workers po. Yan ang intensyon ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Kasi marami na naman po na nag-react. Siyempre, nagre-react nito yung mga nausog. Hindi nila matanggap na gagawin ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos na ibabawa lahat. Sabi nga po, ito daw yung source kasi ng nausog rally. You see? Kaya sinisiraan pa rin nila, mga kababayan, yung desisyon ng ating Pangulong Bongbong.
Malaking tagumpay ngayong araw sa mga babae at bata na nagsumbong sa Pogo, tagumpay sa mga whistleblowers na nagsumbong, tagumpay sa over the months dumaraming mga government agencies na nakipagtulungan sa amin tulad ng PAOK, yung NBI at iba pa. And I think tagumpay sa lahat nating mga Pilipino na mga kababayan, mga netizens na talagang sumubaybay dito at talagang idinagdag ang kanilang mga boses na ayaw na natin sa Pogo. Huwag nating kalimutan yung mga government officials na nagsalita na rin itong nakaraang mga linggo, ang Finance Secretary, ang NEDA Director General, pati yung mga business organizations na nagsalita laban sa Pogo. So, malaking tagumpay po para sa ating lahat ngayong araw.
And ma'am, you said napatayo kayo kanina, which was the first time?
First time, I stood up to clap for the president. Well, yung una, earlier tungkol sa West Philippine Sea, pero dati na yon. Isa
Pumalakpak din siya sa West Philippine Sea.
Policy areas na magkasundo kami. Pero
magkasundo.
this one was the first time for me to stand up and applaud.
Dati po, ang bigat niyang pumalakpak.
Sa kanilang desisyon laban
Hindi
sa
mag-smile si Risa
Do you
po.
think the government can solve the problem
Ngayon, tuwang-tuwa
and
siya.
eliminate Pogos by the end of the year?
I think that's a good
Magkasundo sila.
timetable. Ideally nga, ngayon na, di ba? Pero
Ang galit lang po
at least
yung mga
sinabi nila
nausog.
may
Si Mau
full
Diggs,
stop by December
si
31,
si Inday
2024.
nandun sa lamay.
Kung kaya ba itong gawin ng gobyerno? Gobyerno din kasi ang nagbigay daan sa Pogo eh. Panahon ni Duterte, practically nag-open door policy siya sa Pogo.
Panahon ni Duterte.
Maraming matatamis na pangako na halos lahat o kundi man lahat na pako. And we are contending with the very evil effects ng Pogo hanggang sa ngayon. So, kung kinaya ng gobyerno noon, bigyang daan itong perwisyo ng Pogo, siguradong with the same powers na dati inabuso para bigyang daan ng Pogo, sigurado kakayanin dapat ng gobyerno sa lahat ng kapangyarihan niya talagang mapatigil at mapatapon na sa labas ng bansa natin ang Pogo.
But what if the scenario that PAGCOR Chair Alejandro Tenco said happens, that Pogos will go underground, continue their illegal operations and victimize many people? How will the government respond to that? Won't that be a negative effect of this ban?
Well, na-appreciate ko naman yung perspective ni PAGCOR Chair Tenco, pero kung may policy decision na ang gobyerno, tulad ng mga gobyerno ng sinaunang panahon, tulad pati sa ibang mga bansa, halimbawa nung binanang slavery, nung binanang iba't ibang pang-aabuso pa sa karapatan ng tao, then hindi natin dapat maging excuse na kapag binan natin yan, mag-underground lang yan at patuloy ng mga abuso sa tao, then it will become a matter or problem of enforcement, executive action with all the police powers of the state. So dyan lalong magkikick in ang law enforcement capacities ng ating mga institusyon. So,
Ayos, mga kababayan. So, tuwang-tuwa. Lahat ng mga reactions ngayon, pati ng mga analyst, yung dating mga critics ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, ay natuwa sa kanyang third zona po. Ayan man lang po, mga kababayan. Ako po si Dante Maravillas. Bye-bye. God bless.